Hello guys, and welcome back to Thinkable TV. Today we have another weird video, and this one is going to be a personal story from me. Everything started in August of 2016. I went to Iowa to visit the grave of my grandfather, and when I was there I saw a white shadow with two reddish-brown dots where the eyes were supposed to be near the front of the woods behind the cemetery. At night I felt like I wasn't alone, even though I was the only one awake at the time. And in a dream, I met my grandfather and heard his voice, even though I had never heard it before. A month later, I was on a school trip, and on the second day, a white moth started following me around. That night, we did a nighttime zip line. I didn't go on it, and instead sat on a log. I heard a voice and talked to it for a little while. Later that night, I had a really intense nightmare. In the nightmare, this creature asked me if I remembered a certain moment from the night before, and when I saw all of my friends sleeping. The weird thing was, I was looking at myself, like an out-of-body experience. Then I went back into my own body. The counselor woke up and took me outside and locked the door before I got in. It started to rain and I went to the forest to wait out the night. Keep in mind, this was all in a dream. None of this was real. I saw a figure move in the forest, so I ran for it, but it was the creature again. And it was at least 10 feet tall, and when I started backing away, it suddenly moved right in front of me really quickly. And it moved all around me, and I woke up in a cold sweat. When I woke up, I saw the moth by the window, and I was thinking of a name. Jorar. Jorar. I decided that the best thing to do would be go back to sleep. I woke up the next morning, and I told my friend about this. She didn't believe me, but she let me show her the evidence. I got home a couple of days later, and it was terrifying to know that something had followed me home. I was in the shower, and I suddenly saw a shadow behind me in the shower. I immediately got out of that shower. That night, I got the same nightmare I had gotten in the bunks. And it started out the same, but when the counselor was supposed to throw me outside, he threw me into a ship that looked like the Titanic. I looked to the right and saw a grayish-white shadow in the hall. These nightmares have been recurring since then. This leads to what happened a few months later in July of 2017. Near the end of July, I went to Catalina Island for the day. About 2 months before that, my parents told me that we were going to stay at the Queen Mary for the night. Keep in mind, this is after the nightmare with the Titanic. While we were there, I saw multiple orbs and such spirits, but when night finally arrived, I looked down the hall and saw a white and gray apparition, like the one I saw in the recurring nightmare. In October of 2017, I felt the creature again. Near the end of the month, I started experiencing typical symptoms of a haunting. Nothing was really bad at first, just the occasional knocking sound. In March and April of 2018, things started to pick up again. I have had a recurring nightmare again with another section added on. After I fall asleep, the original nightmare occurs, but after I'm pushed out of the cabin room, I'm pushed into my own room. And I don't sleepwalk, nor do I sleep with my eyes open. But one time, I was pushed into my room, and when I woke up, my eyes were open. I was in the same position I fell on in that dream. Next, we get to June of 2018. I've seen the weirdest things. Occasionally, I've heard knocks and bumps coming from inside my bed, which doesn't make any sense since I don't have any pets or anything else that could do that. I've also heard a growl from inside my closet. Remember, I don't have any pets. In July of 2018, I felt like I was almost attacked by the creature. I was texting a friend and I felt the presence as strong as I did in the forest, if not stronger. I felt dizzy, and as well as I got a nosebleed, which I really hope was a coincidence. And I also heard a large knock from inside my closet door. Thank you for watching this video. If you'd like to see more, comment and like this video and subscribe to the channel for more content. With all of that being said, I'll see you guys next time.